Aquarius. Welcome to this space. We're going to talk about January. Happy January. Happy 2026, even though I believe that 2026 doesn't really start until February. So, but for those of you who are celebrating in 2026 in January, happy 2026. We are going to talk about the month of January, and we're going to talk about your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. So your masculine energy, your feminine energy, like the moon, your emotions, how you identify yourself and how people see you, which is your rising, and your Venus, which is going to be your relationships. Okay? And within all of that, we are also going to briefly discuss your finances, your money, and what's going on within the constellation of Aquarius and the planets and the stars within your chart that reside in that constellation, and what my ancestors have to say to you guys about it in general. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it. Capricorn, I just read for Capricorn. Aquarius, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. So again, if you're looking for relationship advice of any kind, romance, family, business partnerships, or friendships, platonic relationships, that's your Venus. So check your Venus. Okay, so if you have Aquarius in your Venus, check that out. There's other placements you can check too, but I'm specifically just focusing on those four. But please check your moon and your rising placements, okay? Your sun sign, you can focus on that, but that's just going to be a very small bit of your personality and your life, okay? So, but if you're looking for your sun sign and you're looking for that type of energy and that drive, so be it. I'm reading for both sidereal and Western astrological placements. Please bear that in mind. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Okay, ancestors of light, messengers of light. What messages do we have for those born under the constellation of Aquarius in their sun, moon, rising, or Venus? You guys get to choose which one you want to listen to. So let's see here. We're going to shuffle the cards 5 times, splitting the deck and pulling the card. Let's see, ancestors, thank you for Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising placements and their Venus for January 2026, for this month in January. Thank you. Okay, Aquarius, you received the card Nurture. This is a time of kind of incubation. Some of you guys may be pregnant at this time. Maybe there was some time last year where you gave birth, or sometime last year, this time last year, you were pregnant, and maybe your baby is turning 1 year old. Okay, others of you, maybe you have a baby or a toddler or a child who was born. Maybe there's just, it doesn't matter what age they were, but looking at this seed or the roots underground, there's something about, I'm seeing a birthday for some of you during the month of January. So some of you guys may be January Aquariuses, or you have a child who is a January Aquarius. But this is also a time, again, where you may be kind of incubating, kind of cocooning, you know, or you're just kind of in nap time kind of energy, okay, where this is needed. You just need to really rest and just nurture yourself at this time. If you're trying to push things forward and force things to happen, or it's like, no, Capricorn energy during Capricorn season, that's just not, the energy is, yeah, it can be driven, but Capricorn energy is about building a foundation first. So this is a time to kind of build the foundation, right? And the foundation of a plant really is its roots, okay? Bottom of the deck, we have sacred site, purpose. Kind of nurturing a purpose, nurturing the reason that you're here. And I feel like that is such an Aquarius thing to think about. And this can be all areas. Again, your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. I'm an Aquarius rising. I have multiple Aquarius placements in my chart, but If you're a Venus, this is talking about your relationships and, you know, how those relationships correlate with your purpose. If this is your sun sign, this is how your purpose drives you. Now, what is driving you right now? And is it correlating with your purpose? Is it connecting with your purpose? If it's your moon sign, it's your emotions, how you feel, how you express your feelings, right? And what your purpose is telling you. Like, how are you going to move towards a purpose without really understanding your emotions and how you feel about things in the process? And then your rising sign is about who you are. So if you were an Aquarius rising, once again, this is about who you are. Like, who are you? How do you present yourself to the world, and how are people viewing you? I get the sense that some of you guys, if you're an Aquarius rising, you were definitely misunderstood. Okay. Your emotions, if you're Aquarius moon, your emotions might be misunderstood in a huge way, right? You may, overall, there are those of you, you know, you really need to love yourself at this time in January, Aquarius. It doesn't matter where you have Aquarius placements. You really need to nurture yourself, because it can be difficult in the world for Aquarius energy. Okay, it can be very difficult for people to really understand an Aquarius. Okay, so you can have been feeling very misunderstood in so many different ways, right? For some of you, people see you, but they may not see the real you. And it could be because maybe the way you're presenting yourself. There could be those of you, you're not really presenting yourself with the power that you know you possess, or you probably don't even know that you possess it. Okay. But I also realize when it comes to plants, because I work with plants a lot, the first year, it's very weak. It's very, you know, yes, it has its roots, and over time it does mature, right, throughout the year. Like when you plant a seed, it grows. But that does not mean that that plant is mature. It takes years before a plant actually shows that it's mature. And usually there are plants, they show that they're old enough by showing that a flower, right? Not all plants, but there are certain plants where you know that they're an adult, you know that they're old enough by the flowers that they grow or the shape of their leaves, right? Or bark that forms on their stem. You just have to continue to dig your roots deeper, Aquarius, into your soil. So this is a time in January, to nurture who you are. There you will find, as you do that, when you really nurture yourself this month, you will find why you're here. You will understand, why do I have these types of relationships? Why do I attract these types of people? What type of people am I meant to attract? What do I really want? Because I feel like our purpose on this planet, it can be tricky, it can be daunting, but it does connect with what we really want for ourselves. It really does. So you really have to connect with, what is it that you really want? Because Venus, your Venus is also about your desires. So again, check your Venus sign. That's very interesting. So this is so important for you guys. Please make sure you're getting rest. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Make sure that you're going outside. Understand, I'm also getting, Aquarius, you really need to understand, like, what does the human body need on a scientific level to survive, and to not just to survive, but to thrive. You need sunlight. You need hydration. You need to drink water. You can have all the facial products and all of the, you know, some of you guys may go get surgery. I don't know. Like, there could be a lot of things that you may do to your outer body to look young or to look good or to present yourself to the world in a way that's beautiful. But what are you putting inside? What's going on inside of your body? How are you maturing? Reading is such a good thing to gain more knowledge. Listening to lectures, taking classes, you know, kind of getting to the root of everything, like understanding how this world started understanding where we come from, or where you come from culturally, or just as a human. You know, before we had all this technological devices and, you know, cell phones and things like that, we had books, right? Before we had the typewriter or any computer, it was pen and pencil, pen or pencil on paper, right? So we kind of have to get to the root. Those are just examples, but just get to the root of how you came to be who you are now, and the root of wounds that still linger, you know? Give yourself what you need first. First, give yourself what you need. Then you can give yourself what you want. Right? I hope that makes sense. Sorry guys, I gotta check the time and make sure I'm doing good on time. All right, let's see. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Let's see about your money and career for the month of January 2026 for Aquarius. Career change. Very interesting. Says you're embarking upon a career that brings you the joy and abundance you desire and deserve. I like seeing that, Aquarius. So there are those of you, you may not expect this, because not all career changes necessarily happen expectedly. It's not like, oh, I'm just going to change my career. I'm getting that some of you guys, it might in January or starting in January. January may facilitate that moving into February. But I'm getting that there are those of you that may not really realize that your career is changing because of your purpose, right? You may have naturally kind of landed or just kind of stepped into a realm that really needed you, right? Whether you realize it or not. And maybe a while ago, you may have already known that. You probably realized, you know, I'm actually really good at this. You know, I should probably make this a career for myself. I should actually like make money doing this, right? And it may be completely different than what you went to school for. It may be completely different than what you started out with, right? This is actually really exciting to see. You may not realize, Aquarius, that you have already stepped into a realm, or someone has seen you work in a certain field or have watched your talents or whatever, and they're just like, they may want to hire you and be like, hey, how about you give this a try? We want to pay you to do this. And it may come to a shock to you, like, I'm not good at that, but we're maybe, you know, I don't know. I'm just giving examples. But there are those of you, Aquarius, where you've kind of stepped into something. And it's a big change that maybe a couple years ago you were not open to. You were like, nope, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm good at, and that's it. Some of you guys may see this career change and just realize, like, there is no possible way. But you just give it a try. Just give it a try. See what happens, right? Then at the bottom of the deck, you have options. I like seeing that. You've been weighing these decisions, I think, for a while. It says, consider the career possibilities that are open to you. So Aquarius, it's not like you just have one option and you're just like, well, I'll just, you know, I'm just going to stick with this one. You know, it's like you have so much surrounding you, so many opportunities. And you may even have people knocking on your door, just, you know, hey, would you like to work for us? Or would you like to do this? Would you like to do that? You know, you may have some people pulling you in multiple directions right now, but you know, just weigh your options for a little bit. And maybe you already have. Maybe you really have been weighing your options and you're just like, you know, maybe just making sure that what you choose is actually going to guide you down the right path. But I just get the sense that when it comes to your purpose and nurturing yourself, you got to make sure that that's also on the table as well as you make this career change, okay? So if I feel like if it's a job or a career path that's going to drain you, I don't know, that might not be good for you, so don't just, this is not just a job, this is a career path. Nurture yourself first, get your head, back in the game, get your head on track, and then you can make better life choices. I will say that. Okay. Better choices, especially when it comes to your money and your health. Okay, let's keep going. So let's keep going. Let's see what more the spirits have to say. My ancestors of light have to say to you, Aquarius, for this month of January. What needs to be known? Some of you guys, maybe you're already in a career right now, but you're kind of doing like a little side hustle. You're doing something else on the side, and maybe that actually will blossom and really blow up in the most positive way for you. Sometimes, our purpose just finds us. Sometimes, we just kind of lost touch with our purpose, or we just never really knew since the day we were born, and it just kind of finds us, and it's just like, hey, why don't you try this? And it just comes. Some of you guys, you'll realize it just really just comes natural. Right? Yeah, we have the wise one. And it says grow within your current situation. Okay, so this is not a scenario of trying to get out of a situation, just trying to eject yourself out of a circumstance. There are those of you, Aquarius, that you have really been contemplating some things. You've been really pondering and thinking about some things. If this is a relationship of some kind, or there's other people involved, maybe you've kind of been ping-ponging back and forth between, do I stay or do I leave? Do I stay or do I leave? Is this worth it? Is this worth the work? Is this worth putting any effort into this? Keep on asking yourself those questions. You'll eventually find the answer. But for now, in the month of January, just understand that there's no need to move anywhere or to go anywhere. It's your choice, but there's no need. It's not like a sense of urgency for you, Aquarius, right now. For any Aquarius placement, that I named. There's no need, there's really not, there's no need to have a sense of urgency to do anything right now. Just kind of grow within this circumstance right now. Build yourself, create the abundance that you need, that you deserve, should I say. Give yourself what you need for now. Like there are some plants, sometimes you put them in some soil that's just not really the best for them, but they work with it. But then there comes a point where, it's time to repot them, or it's time to move them or give them some new soil. So I guess you can kind of look at yourself like a plant in that way, where the soil that you're in right now may not be the best. It may not be as nutrient rich as you would like it to be. But that's okay, because at some point, you will have the means to change your soil. You'll be able to repot yourself, so to speak, right? That sounds funny, but you'll be able to get yourself from one place to another, from this circumstance to a better one. Okay. So yes, please give yourself what you need. It doesn't matter how you're feeling. You could be having the worst time on the planet and you still need to eat. You still need to, drink water. You still need to sleep. You still need to surround yourself with people who love you, okay? Let's pull one last oracle message before we jump into the tarot, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for January 2026. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer, like we just had a full moon in Cancer, and it seems for some of you guys, Aquarius, this full moon is actually aiding you and assisting you at this time in the month of January with something that's really been plaguing you or something that's really been bothering you on a personal level. Like this is something that most people don't know about. This is not something that people know about at work. This is not something that maybe that all of your friends know about. Some of you guys, some of your family members don't even know about what's going on with you. Mostly when it comes to your home, when it comes to your health, when it comes to whatever's going on in your household, okay, anything connected to your household, I get the sense that whatever you're thinking about regarding your household and how your home is now and what your personal life is looking like now, these things will be resolved. They will be resolved. Things that are out of your control will be resolved, but whatever is in your control, that's what you need to work on resolving. But at the bottom of the deck, it says your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. So, you know, during Cancer season, the full moon in Taurus, later, like during the summertime, as you move towards the Taurus full moon, I think if we're speaking for more literally, not just looking at the card, Aquarius, it might be a good time for you from now until the summertime to really work on your practicalities. Like get your money in order, get your 401k, work on a will. I don't know. Like there can be a lot of things, getting rid of things that you don't use anymore, selling some things that you don't use anymore, that you don't want anymore. Maybe you need a new car. Maybe you need to salvage a car. I don't know. But there are some goals that you have, especially for those of you who might be thinking about having children. You need to have a practical plan. Like having children and looking at people have children can look really cute. It can look really, you know, amazing and it, you know, but you still need to have a practical plan. You know, maybe just think about like, okay, I want to have kids. How can I, what do I need to do to be able to make sure that I'm capable of giving them what they need without any issues, right? Let's go ahead and pull some tarot for you guys. Let's see here. Let's see. For Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, signs, ancestors of light, messengers of light. Let's dig a little bit deeper. 3 cards from the top of the deck. Some of you guys may have a Cancer moon as well. You know, you have the 5 of Pentacles or the 5 of Earth, so definitely kind of falling on some hard times financially, or maybe there's something going on with your health that you really need to go get checked out for. But it looks like financially for some of you guys may feel like you're not where you want to be financially or with your health. You may have some fears when it comes to your finances, fear of losing money, fear of losing your home, or not being able to take care of your family or yourself or your kids, or if you have pets, you know, you may have some fears surrounding your finances. The Emperor, okay, so you may be dealing with an Aries in particular, if this is another person, okay. But I also see this as discipline. This is someone who's a leader. This is someone, you know, they don't allow their circumstances to determine the outcome of their lives. They determine that. Okay. Now, if this is a relationship situation, guys, it could be maybe your partner has fallen on hard times financially at work. Maybe you both have. If this is a romantic partnership, January, you may see that the with the Five of Pentacles, you may kind of feel like that emotionally. Maybe you and your partner, you just have really fallen on hard times emotionally with each other. And I just get the sense if this is a relationship, somebody needs to take the lead here. Somebody needs to step up and to begin to build structure here. Because it looks like there's a lot of energy that's been poured into this situation in your life, Aquarius, and this career change, everything that the blessings that will reach you, that you've prayed for, don't pass them up. Don't pass them up. I get the sense that with this Emperor energy, this is you. This is you stepping up and not allowing any Five of Pentacles circumstances to get in your way. So again, if you are in a relationship with someone, or you have some friendships that are not working out, or you have a family relationship that's in the Five of Pentacles energy with your relationships, do not let that stop you from going after what you desire, okay? Take the lead. It could be that there's someone waiting for you to take the lead, Aquarius. I don't know. There's someone here who looks up to you. Maybe it's your children. Maybe it is a significant other. Maybe it's a family member. Maybe it's a friend. I don't know. There's someone who is looking at you. They see you as the Emperor. They see you as the Emperor, okay? But then we have the Empress. So it's interesting. We're going to clarify these in a moment. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles, or the King of Earth. So there is someone here, Aquarius, in your life for some of you, who could be a father figure, or this could be a significant other. This could be a business partner. But this is someone who sees you as very honorable. Like they see you as someone that they can trust. They see you as someone who gets things done. You don't mess around, okay? And others of you, this is your child. This is your baby, okay, with the Empress here. So some of you guys, maybe you guys work with children at school. I don't know. Maybe you guys teach. Whatever is going on, you have a child. There are those of you who have children who look up to you, okay? And you may have coworkers at work who look up to you. You may have a boss who really wants to level you up within the company because they see you as this Emperor. But they also see you as somebody who's very caring and very kind. You may need to step up and really understand that you need to take care of yourself in order to take on this leadership position, right? If you're going to take on a leadership position, you need to be paid properly. You need to make sure that you get your paid time off, that that you're just getting compensated for the work that you're putting in, that you're being nurtured at work, that you're being respected at work, if this is a job or a career path. But in a relationship, there's definitely someone here who holds you in high regard. Okay, now they may be in the Five of Pentacles position mentally, emotionally, financially, or whatever, but there is someone here who sees you as, they're like, well, Aquarius really gets things done. I can really rely on them. Now, are they grateful for it? I don't know. Like do they show that they're grateful for the work that you're putting in? I don't know. That's like, again, that's a personal thing. But if you're worried whether someone sees you in a certain light, this is the light that they see you in. They see you as a very loving, caring person. But you need to stand up for this Empress energy. You need to stand in this. You need to take care of yourself and nurture your goals. Don't get so stuck in the Emperor energy where you're just leading and caring and nurturing everybody else except for your own goals and yourself, right? Let's go ahead and clarify the Five of Pentacles for you guys, Aquarius, for January 2026. Yeah. Some of you guys, you are choosing to be, maybe you chose to be single. Maybe there's a point where you were like, this is not working out, so you chose to be single. You felt that like breaking up with someone or letting go of a relationship platonically with your family or with a romantic partner was the best route to go because it was too obsessive. Someone is also too focused on the way things look. So there could be, again, if you're in a relationship with someone, it could be that the problem, it could be that you took a break, but there is something here where somebody was way too focused. Somebody has a lot of earth in their chart. You or this other person, but somebody is way too focused on the material and they're way too obsessed about it. Way too obsessed about it. However, this person is not giving up on you, or these people are not. Like, there's still a lot of determination to be together with these people or with this person, okay? But this is also, if you are in the Five of Pentacles position and you're feeling down and you feel like I don't have enough money, I'm not where I want to be, and you feel left out of the abundance, you know, pot, continue to fight for what you want. Don't give up. Do not give up, Aquarius. So it depends on the situation that you're in. Let's go ahead and clarify the Emperor here for you guys for January 2026. Yeah, there's definitely somebody here. Somebody that some of you guys are dealing, but it could be you to Aquarius. Maybe there is some reconciliation with somebody. There is someone here. If this is a relationship, there is a relationship that's being rebuilt here, kind of starting over, because, you know, it started off really, really rough and there's a lot of healing that needed to take place. But you and a partner, or you and a friend, or a business partnership, I don't know, there's someone here who really wants to make things right with you, or you want to make things right with them. Like, there's a lot of passion here. Some of you guys, if this is sexual, very sexual energy, you could be dealing with a fire sign of Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. But there is someone here, like this Emperor energy. If this is not you, Aquarius, this is somebody else who likes to give you things. Like, they do a lot of acts of service, and that's their way of showing you that they care. But I'm also getting that there is a new career path for you, once again, that is coming to you, and it's going to bring so much abundance with this Temperance card. It's going to bring it's going to open the door to a lot of balance in your life, and it's going to come at the right time. Okay, we have the Sun, so there's Leo. That's your sister sign. I love seeing that. So when it comes to this leadership role, a teacher, a therapist, a manager, a supervisor, whatever, owner of your own business, it's going to be so good for you. You're going to thrive. Okay. But if this is a relationship, once again, this could be a new relationship where things are finally feeling balanced for the first time ever in a relationship for you, or this is you restructuring or rebuilding a relationship with someone else. Let's go ahead and clarify the Empress last but not least. But if you're in a relationship with an Aries in particular, or a Sagittarius, a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, I feel like you're going to be restructuring. Either it's a new relationship where it's going to feel so balanced from your last relationship. But I feel a lot of you, there's some of you guys, you're reconciling with someone, or someone is going to step forward wanting to reconcile with you. Let's see what the Empress is talking about, because that's Taurus, Venus energy. Okay, yeah, so definitely walking away from a certain emotion. Like, there is some type of emotional turmoil that you're walking away from, a certain type of feeling that you've had towards someone, or for someone, or towards a career path, or towards a job. Like, you're really maturing emotionally. So if there is a relationship that you're trying to restructure, you're trying to rebuild here, Aquarius, I just get that your emotions are really maturing before that can happen, and you're going to realize not to hold on so tightly to somebody. You're just kind of walking away from any type of delusions or illusions or emotional like turmoil or emotional obsession here. And you're just kind of sticking to your guns here. You're just like stepping into that Gemini or Aquarius, Libra energy. You're not really holding on to what someone else, you're not obsessed over what other people are doing. You're just like, I'm just focused on myself, and that's it. And I think that's great. So those are your messages. Sorry guys, this was a longer video than anticipated, but much love and light to all of you. Those are your messages for January. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye guys.